live.
We are. Hey.
Yeah, okay, now I think we're actually live.
We're live?
So it only took a live. I don't know if, we're live too. So
Barely.
Yes. How is everybody?
Good afternoon, everybody. Tom and Dan here, Hope Church. We like to jump on here every few months and just kind of give a face-to-face update, mostly for Hope Church people, but of course, if you're watching in Facebook world and you're a part of this community or whatever, there's some stuff in here for you as well, so welcome.
I'm not being antisocial, by the way. If anyone does any comments, which some of you have, I just want to be aware of them. So I'm not being antisocial, but hi. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, so Dan, lots of things going on, and we want to keep people up to speed on what's going on, but one of the things in New England here is, first of all, the weather has turned chilly.
Wow, it took forever.
Wearing a hat today because it's cold out there. The Red Sox are in the World Series, about to win the World Series.
Well, yeah, probably, which the only reason that my kids cheer for the Red Sox is free meals at 99, so that's it.
And it's fun to say Mookie. And
wow. I haven't been watching close enough.
And of course, something. We have fantasy football. I know our commissioner has been really ranting and raving into the league. So we apologize for him.
Yes, fantasy football. I'm sitting in that meaty part of the curve, right in the center. Ready, just staying there to make my move towards the end of the season and be dominant.
I wish I can be as good as you.
I try.
I am not anywhere near the curve. I'm at the end. But also, one last thing for fun's sake. It is October 25th today. Is that correct?
It is October the 25th, and you know what that means, Tom.
What does that mean, Dan?
We are 2 months from Christmas.
Woo!
Yes. I have Christmas music rolling in my office, actually, as we speak.
I have to make a confession. I had Christmas music rolling yesterday.
See, I'm converting you. You're coming around.
It's because I'm planning services. We are planning services for you all. So, just starting that preparation now. We're excited about our Christmas services this year. Maybe we'll talk about that towards the end.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but
yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, so speaking of the holidays, something that we always like to say and keep us aware of is that this is usually the time of the year, Dan, where we see more people start coming out to church again. We're back to school. We're kind of in our habits. Activities have started up. We're kind of in some rhythm. So we always want to just be looking out each and every week for our guests.
Right. And that's one thing. We have such a friendly church, and people who come and visit, even if it's just one time, that is one of the things that they've always mentioned is just how warm and hospitable we are, which we love. Man, what a thing to brag about your church about. It's what we want the church to be. I think as we just enter into these few months, October, November, December, obviously with all the holidays coming up, it's just a good reminder for us to always keep our eyes peeled, looking for people who may not know where they're going or they're trying to figure something out. And it may be 3 to 5 seconds out of your Sunday morning that you just get to help them. But let's continue to just be the warm and friendly church that we are. And thinking about every little facet of how that, you may park farther away just so somebody have a better spot than you. You may just post yourself here and look for people that have questions, whatever it is for you.
Yeah, and to add to that, I was just reading something recently, which I've read before, but it was a great reminder. Even when a guest comes in and you're meeting them for the first time, instead of just saying hello, how are you doing, and be on your way, show them where to go.
Right.
Bring them over and grab a cup of coffee, or bring them into the gym. Even if you don't have kids yourself, if they have children with them and they've never been here before, walk them to that spot.
Right.
Be active in that. And
absolutely. We want them to not walk away thinking, wow, that was a cold, unfriendly church, which I don't think happens often here, but we just want to make this as warm and inviting a place as possible.
Absolutely.
So,
cool.
Awesome.
We want to go through a little bit of what's coming up, because there is a lot of things to talk through. Sunday mornings aren't always the best time to bring everything up, right? So we want to take this time on social media to kind of list a whole bunch of things. What we have been talking about mainly is something we do every year. It's called Christmas of Hope. So Christmas of Hope 2018 has kind of officially launched, and there's really two parts to this. There's that you can get involved with. This is a way that we are reaching outside of Hope Church to people really all around the world. So we have two pieces. We have a global piece and we have a local piece. The global piece is something called Operation Christmas Child. And our church has been a part of this for many years. Basically, the idea is you get a tag, and you take that tag and you buy gifts for a boy or a girl, whatever your tag says, and then you pack them in a shoebox. And we are a collection spot where you would bring those in, and then we take those and we send them off to Samaritan's Purse, which is the organization that runs Operation Christmas Child. And those go to children in need around the world.
And the thing I love about Operation Christmas Child is this is such if you have kids, this is such an awesome way for you to begin to instill that, not thinking about yourself at the holidays, but also thinking about how you can be a blessing to children all around the world. And it's so simple. Sometimes you can even let them pick out the toys and stuff to put in there. And it's really, really a family-friendly way to minister and really serve the world, which is one of our missions. So.
Yeah, so we hope you'll consider getting involved with that. We had that in our program guides last week. We had some inserts where you can get tags. This coming Sunday, we're going to have those same tags inside our programs, so you can look for those if you missed it that week. There's going to be a video online very shortly, and we'll make a link on Facebook and Instagram about how to pack a shoebox.
Yes.
So it gives you instructions there. And finally, so you know, we are starting that collection on November 4th, and the last date of collection is November 18th. That's a Sunday.
Yep.
All right?
Yep. Awesome.
There's a second part, too. There's a local piece.
Yes.
Where we have the chance to sponsor a child right here in our backyard. These are kids in East Hampton, and I think sometimes right outside East Hampton, whether that's Portland or Marlboro or whatever, but we have a chance to sponsor children here in a very similar way. You take a tag, we buy gifts for these children, and we give them a Christmas they wouldn't have otherwise. Again, like Dan said, a great way for you to get your family involved, your life group maybe if you're a part of that.
Yep.
And the cool thing about our Christmas of Hope is it's kind of all running concurrently at the same time. So beginning November 4th is also the day you could pick up a tag for that. And then, again, the last day for the collection of that will be November 18th. So that is Christmas of Hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, wanted to make you aware, you're hearing a little bit in some of the announcements recently in church, and we've had it up on social media and such about, we had Start class, and now on November 3rd, we're having Grow class. Wanted to give you a little bit of insight as to what that is. One thing that we're conscious of is we want to find ways to have people who are new to Hope be able to find a way to connect with Hope and learn what we're about. Also, that we get to meet them, see where they are in their journey with Jesus or getting to know Him for the first time. And that's what these classes are going to be. There's actually going to be 4. There's Start, there's Grow, there's Move, which is about serving, and there's going to be Add, which is about how we can comfortably share our faith. So when you see those pop up, I just want to encourage you, hey, consider even hopping in to see what they're all about, even if you may know everything that's covered in it. It's a great way just for us all to experience how we can help people along in that whole discipling piece that we talked about a month ago as a church. So that's at our heartbeat. That's what those are all about. Grow, I'm really excited about because it's really about how to have a quiet time. It's about all those different pieces of how to grow in your relationship with Christ. So...
Awesome. Yeah, excited about that.
And actually, let me hop in with the next one as well. Haiti. Haiti. We're going to be given a little bit of a push on this starting November 11th and talking about next year and us going next June. We obviously had 2 of our family who just went down to Haiti this past week, and stay tuned. You're going to hear pieces of their story. We're trying to coordinate that, work that out. I actually will be going to Haiti in 12 days, so please be in prayer for me with that, and be thinking about, be considering, maybe this is something you're going to do. This is a bold-faced step to possibly go to Haiti next June to minister to people in need and, again, to serve the world, which is something that we believe in and we're passionate about here. So
yeah, it's awesome. Again, as we continue on our list, 6 days is Halloween. That's a Wednesday this year. So I think two things of note that we want to say about that. Number one, we were planning a trunk or treat event here at the church, but just due to some unforeseen circumstances, had to cancel that event. So again, if that word hadn't got out to you, and we hope we tried to cast a wide net there to make sure you and our community knew that was not going to happen. But we wanted to jump on here and say that it is canceled for this year. We'll see what our future years hold, of course. And being a Wednesday, too, just wanted to throw this in here, is that's the night that our youth group, Alien Youth, usually meets. That's for grades 6 through 12. There's no Alien Youth that night either, so we want them to go out and have fun with their friends and just be light in their communities.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
and speaking of, as far as with even some of the things that have gone on at Hope recently, just to sort of re-clarify, the two of important areas within our church is Roots as well as Alien Youth, which we just mentioned. In this current season of our church, I'll be overseeing Alien Youth and the team there, and we'll talk about how you might be able to be a part of that in just a second. But also, Tom will be overseeing Roots for that's 1st through 5th. And
1st through 5th, yeah.
I always get those confused. So 1st through 5th grade, Tom's going to be overseeing the team there and this season, and we just want these to be successful, especially because we have so many guests coming in. We want these to be an awesome time for all of those students and children that are involved in all of them.
Yeah, so let's jump into that a little bit. We are blessed to have a community here that reaches many families with children of all ages. And we want you to know, again, if you're unfamiliar, that we have programs for kids of all ages. So on Sunday mornings, there is something from your newborn all the way through 5th grade. And of course, our weekly Wednesday nights, we have something for teenagers as well. But one of the reasons why we do this is so not only, and especially with younger children, that parents can be assured that they can bring their children to a place that is welcoming and safe and fun, while they're able to be a part of the service. And sometimes we know that could be distracting if we're worrying about what our kids are doing. So that's one of the reasons why we do that. But again, also, we want kids to have an environment that they can really pull maximum benefit out of and learn to follow Jesus. Learn how to work with others and walk with others and have mentors in their lives that can speak into their lives. Right. And so I'll let Dan talk about the teenagers in just a second. But one of the things we wanted to just bring forward is, again, in this season of our church, we are looking for people. We're looking for people like you that would consider helping in whether that be a mentor, whether that be a teacher, whether that be a musician or a worship leader.
Check-ins, even monitoring check-ins.
Someone to say hi. That gives our kids' ministry that much more presence. Is really important for us in this season. We really are looking for people who would be able to step into that role. I'm passionate about it, and I would love to talk to you about it. We actually held a meeting last week. Several people came to that, just able to cast some vision. What is a Sunday morning in Roots, which is our ministry to kids? What does that look like? Yeah. What do I have to do to get involved? What would that mean to me if I have to prepare? And how many times a month do you need me? Well, the good news is if we have a bunch of people, we're looking at once a month, and you could make that contribution, but it would be so helpful to parents and children each week. And I know Dan has a similar net he wants to cast in regards to teenagers.
Yeah, and I won't take long, but Alien Youth, obviously, we just want to continue to see be an awesome ministry. We're blessed with the church that has a high priority on student ministry to 6th through 12th grade, and obviously we need lots of hands with that, and people who are just willing to be an ear and listen to teens and maybe ask some questions as a small group leader and so many other small areas. But it's definitely something that we want to encourage you to be praying about, possibly being involved with. And I know it's my heartbeat. Y'all hear that. That's something I've done for many years of my life. And I want other people to be infected by that they get student ministry in their bloodstream and just they can't imagine serving anywhere else.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
And then again, one last plug for volunteers
Yeah.
is also we would like to beef up the team that we call ushers and greeters, we're kind of even in the process of just thinking through everything from when someone comes into the parking lot until they leave. We want to be intentional about that, and it's something again for Dan and I both that's really a priority for us. It's on our heart, but we need people that just genuinely love other people and want to give our guests the same experience that you had when you came through the doors. Well, hopefully that was a positive thing. But
Right.
so if you want to know more about that, if that may be something of interest to you, that you could help be a welcomer, a greeter, someone who holds a door open for someone who could help direct in the parking lot or whatever, we would love to talk to you about that.
Yeah. So just wanted to make you aware in a few minutes that we have left, because we want to wrap it up. We want to be respectful of your time. Things coming up. We have our monthly prayer gathering on the 6th, and hope that you'll consider joining us on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock here. A little bit of singing going on, some time in prayer. We believe that to be very important to our church. As well as November 11th. I'm going to take a little bit of a jump out of a series that I'll have started. And we're just going to have a Sunday devoted talking about really opportunities with Glow. What's the importance of Glow? Why do we do Glow here? In the sense of we want to focus on Haiti and why we're taking a team to Haiti. We actually are going to be having one of our missionaries from Croatia that we have a connection with speaking that day. I just want us, before we get into the season of Thanksgiving and holidays and stuff, to just remind ourselves of the importance of what we're called to do with serving the world here.
Yeah. And then, right after that, we are kind of in the holiday season, and a service that, I don't know, maybe is becoming a little bit of a tradition for us. But on a Sunday, November 25th, we're going to take some time out to thank and praise God together as a church. It's going to look a little different, a worship concert, perhaps we could call it, but really just a time for us to unite our hearts around the good things that God is doing, and take some really intentional pieces with that.
Yeah, it was fantastic last year. Had a great time.
Yeah. And then, again, just I know this is 2 months away, but want to just let you know, December 23rd is a Sunday this year, and so just to mark that on your calendar, we will have our normal morning services at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And in addition, that day, we will be doing our Celebrate with Family event, which will be 2 services that evening as well. So it's going to be a big day, but I absolutely believe, as we're planning this, that it is going to be a blessing to your family, to your friends. So mark that date. We hope that if you're in town, that you have plans to be at Hope Church on December 23rd.
Yeah, and just, Celebrate with Family is such a great one to invite that neighbor, that coworker, that friend that you've sort of been trying to get in, because it is fun, but then it does focus on the message of the holidays. So absolutely, we want to encourage you along those lines.
Yeah. So let's wrap it up. Let's kind of give them the rundown of the highlights of what we talked about today.
Yeah, so first off, if you are curious about those classes that we have with Start, Grow, Move, and Add, sign up. You can do it through our app. You can just go to our registration page for events and sign up for that, and maybe get a feel for what we're teaching and what we just want to help people connect with, that they can grow in their walk with God. So you might consider that. Also, volunteers. We need them. Children's with Roots and youth group, as well as with ushers, greeters, just that hospitality front that we want to put forward. Pray for and prepare yourself for the holidays, from guests being here to maybe that person that you're going to invite during the holiday season. Our Christmas series is going to be called Christmas Uncensored. That's a scandalous title there. So
Uncensored.
So just again, pray for this holiday season. This is always such an awesome time, not just because I'm a sucker for the holidays, but we see so many people that at this time of year are open to coming and checking out church. Maybe the only time they come in the doors, but we hope that it'll lead to more. And finally, just praying for the future of hope in 2019 as Tom and I and the elders, we just think through what the future looks like in 2019 and the direction of hope and the awesome things that we want to see God do here. So please be in prayer for us with that and be in prayer for our church as we move forward.
Yeah, and I would just say one last note as we wrap up, as we were talking about prayer, we need to just be relying on God in these days. We need to be taking time individually on our own, aside from church, and making time with God. So I think as your pastors, we want to encourage you to be intentional about that. And, something that's been on my heart and mind, we've had, several people in our church recently battling with illness and just big things in their life. And so if you know of those people, pray for them today. Maybe they're in your life group, and I'm sure there's many more that we don't even know about. But just for our church family, that we're lifting each other up in prayer, it's just super important in this season.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
I think that's what we've got for you today.
Absolutely. So that's all we got. Can I pray?
Yes.
I'll just pray us out. God, thank you for this time. Thank you for Hope Church and this season and this chapter of the history of Hope. And Father, what you have done here in the lives of so many people. We ask that you would continue to do your work through this church and to reaching people in our community. Guide us through these seasons, Lord. Bring people who are curious, Lord. May you be at work in their hearts even now. Give us the confidence as we move forward with things such as Haiti. And Lord, that you provide workers for Roots and AY and ushers and greeters and all these other areas, Lord, that people will be able to use their gifts. And we will thank you for what you are doing, what you have been doing, and what you're going to continue to do here. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, everybody, for taking time. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Go Eagles.